Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Coming to you live from our comfy couch running Oscars on the internet. This is the Gaming Saloon Reviews for December 26, 2021. With your host, Spacebaker2448, and wrap it up, Salon.
Hello.
So we're back with more Ryuki.
Yeah.
As we continue to not like Ryuki.
And if you heard from the pre-show, I'm just going to reiterate it again. I actually kind of like Oja, mainly because he doesn't care about the plot.
And he's actually at least trying to get shit done instead of dance around in circles.
Yep.
Speaking of Ren, you love dancing around circles all of these episodes. Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is 17 through 20, folks. You want to just start the recaps?
Yeah, because literally what I've done said is about the whole sentiments that I have of these four, unfortunately.
Yeah, so we're going to kick off with episode 17, The Grieving Night. So Ren hesitates to kill Jun, because, of course. And he gets his ass tossed in a pillar for his troubles. I would also like to point out that Shinji got tossed in the same pillar, but somehow is less injured than Ren.
Yeah.
Ren is just fucking done. Whereas Shinji's like, no, I'm okay, I'm fine, I'll carry you back.
Yeah. Because, you know, same pillar can't hurt the same person the same way, right?
Yeah.
When both said people got hit with the final event.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, they both should be almost dead.
Yeah. So, as we're out of the mirror world now, Jun, being the goblin child he is, he's walking off Smug, even though I wish somebody would throw him off the bridge we're on for this scene. Just yeet him off the bridge. Do it. No one will notice. Make him swim. Make this fucker do something.
Okay, just gonna say, even if they noticed, who cares?
Yeah.
He gets what he deserves.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I honestly feel that.
Yeah. So, at this point, after he's walked off, the cops take him in for questioning on, you know, all the shit he's responsible for so far. And the others just haul Ren back to Adley so he can get patched up. At said Adley, we see that Sadako is off. Apparently is for an Amazon club and not on an adventure like I have in the notes. Because I was like, yes, please be gone. No, she's immediately back. And I'm like, God damn it.
I was happy for that. Until the next episode when she was back, and I'm like, oh, come on.
You were gone for 0.5 seconds. I wish you were gone for more.
I mean... I know we need to constantly know that her intuition's never wrong, but oh well.
God, she needs to give up. Please.
Yeah, that's not a catchphrase.
Give up. Make her give up, please.
Not to mention, she's not a main writer.
No.
You don't need a catchphrase.
No. I know it's supposed to be funny because my intuition's never wrong, even though it's wrong every time, but It only works once.
Yep.
No, it's not funny anymore. It's just annoying.
Also, it adds to the annoyance when we have two people that are never wrong in their whatever it is.
Yeah.
Because then, the first one has conditioned you to the point of you not caring about the second one.
Yeah. So, Yui at this point tries to call this one guy that confronted her at the college about the whole experiment stuff and tries to get information out of him, but fails. She does leave a message that will prompt him to do a thing later. But the guys bring Ren back. Yui tries to talk to him about like what happened, but he's not talking because Ren's not in the mood to talk these days.
Yeah, pretty much that's the thing. Just this entire 4 episodes is Ren has maybe 4 lines.
Yeah.
And I know everyone's probably thinking, oh, that's 1 per episode. No. It's all like in 1 episode, and then he doesn't talk the rest of it.
Yeah. So at this point, Shinji and Tezuka are talking. Shinji decides to be a dick to Tezuka about his whole fortune-telling shtick. And it's like, I don't remember, because I just tuned out of the conversation as I was writing the notes. And I was like, you're being a dick to him, I just don't remember why.
It's basically he doesn't believe in it, yet secretly he does.
Right. I remember the line later of, like, if he said, with him saying, if I did believe in it, I don't know what I would do. Which I'm like, fair. So, yeah, Shinji B's a dick to Tezuka, because he has to be a dick to every other writer in this show, because that's his character.
But he's not gonna fight him.
Yeah. We didn't see a window washer get killed by a monster, and then we see Jun is interrogated by the cops, and he just no-sells them, and I'm like, boy, you are lucky these cops are on the up and not beating the shit out of you.
I would have been just as fine watching him beat the crap out of him.
Mm-hmm.
Good for villain, bad for person.
Yeah. But we also find out that Jun is the son of some president, because he wants his lawyer, and as it turns out, it's Kitaoka, because of course it is. And I'm like, of course this little goblin child is the son of some fucking rich person, so he's fucking rich. Of course he is. It makes me want him thrown off a bridge sooner.
I also love the fact that you and me both cannot remember what company he's the son of the president of. Because they do mention it.
Oh, I could swear they didn't mention it.
Yeah, they mentioned it, but I have no clue.
So, yeah, Kitaoka's gotta go bail this shithead out. But before that, he's gotta go take care of other business. Meanwhile, Tezuka continues to see bad futures for everyone because... Can this man not see a bright future for anyone? I swear every fortune of his is just like, nope, terrible, 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 terrible.
Everyone must die.
Yeah.
See, his problem is he's not reading people's fortunes, he's reading the script.
True. So, Shinji heads to Tezuka, they talk. Shinji kind of apologizes, but Tezuka also calls Shinji on his nonsense of like, you really don't have a stake in all of this, do you? Which, yeah, he kind of doesn't. He's just kind of here to try to save people and be really bad at it.
Yeah, I mean, he's the idiot that found the deck.
Yeah.
That's the short and long of it.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, we catch up with Yui, who's got the information from one of the students of research, so she has information! She is driving our investigation into the plot board. Why are you not Ryuki?
Okay. Yes, she manages to drive it forward between these episodes about 3 steps forward.
Mm-hmm.
But she goes 6 steps backwards because of the simple fact that she doesn't tell anyone.
Yeah.
Finding this crap out might be an option for her to stop them from being stupid.
Yeah, especially with some lines later about this whole thing, and I'm like, that's not how this works, sir. I'm sorry, but no, you're lying.
It's
Anyway, she's pour over the information. She actually comes across Aries' name and goes to investigate her, and somehow doesn't come across Ren at the same time because we didn't see Ren visiting her. Like, way to just whiff that conversation that should have happened at this point. Meanwhile, Tezuka and Shinji are fighting off the monster from before that's stalking a woman. They try to do a double strike vent, which is it weird that I look at that strike vent and I'm like, why doesn't the drag raider head on their arms also shoot fire? Why is it just drag raider attacking them?
also, how's that a double when there's only gonna be one drag raider?
Because they both have the drag raider heads.
But if they don't actually shoot the fire too, and it's only coming from drag raiders, then how?
True. Anywho, we end the episode by following Kitaoka to a prison, and then we get our glimpse of our next rider, Asakura, who is Oja, who is behind bars at said prison. Which takes a step.
Who is a better character than the other riders that we've got so far?
Pretty much. So we head to episode 18, Jailbreak Rider. We find out that Kitaoka was this guy's lawyer and managed to get him 10 years in jail instead of completely off, because that's the best that he can do, which... Sure, I buy that. Kind of. You probably could have got him off.
I mean, he did say that he kind of wasn't giving him anything to work with either.
True.
Because I believe that his testimony was basically that, yes, he did it.
Yes, I did it. Also, fuck you.
I don't know of anyone that would be able to get anyone out of that one.
True. So, Kitaoka leaves, Asakura's pissed at him, and beats up a guard, which I'm sure is adding to his sentence. But as Kitaoka leaves, he hears the ringing of a mirror monster, but it's not for super long, so he's just like, I must be imagining things, and then leaves to go meet June. But then we see in the mirror, it's Kanzaki Shiro. Because he also makes the noise.
And if that's not foreshadowing, I don't know what is.
Yeah. But at this point, we cut to Adley. We've got more bits with the aunt that I don't give a shit about, so we move on. We get to Yui as she's meeting Eri for the first time and seeing her in the coma, and you know, it's clicking that like, oh shit, my brother did some real fucked up shit then. Oh no. Oh no. But she's also apparently missing something. I guess the full reason why. And then there's just my all caps of why the fuck does she not have a belt? Especially when there is a female writer in this series, in the movie. And I'm like, I know it's late, but you could have repurposed that shit to be her. Anyway. We see Kitaoka get June off, because of course he does. They dance around the advent card stuff, because Kitaoka's like, you got brought in with a deck of cards. What kind of deck of cards? And Jun's like, I don't feel like fighting, so bye. So, so much for a confrontation between these two that would have had Jun get his ass kicked again and made me happy. Damn.
I mean, he'll get what he deserves, so.
Yeah. Back at the jail, we see that Shinro approaches Asakura with the offer. Join the Rider War, do whatever the fuck you want, and I can break you out of jail. And Asakura's like, sure. I also... Okay, this feels weird, but he hands him a blank deck, but it's still purple.
And still lets him fully transform.
No, it's not blank when he transforms.
When he transforms later, it's not.
Yeah.
We have to assume it still is when he initially transforms to break out of jail.
Probably. So yeah, he's got the deck, he's got Venom Stinker, he's now a writer, and he just breaks out of jail and just fucks off. Shinji hears about this from Reiko, who's off to report on it. Shinji's following up with statements from people nearby. We see that Asakura gets some new clothes, and he goes out to find Kitaoka because he wants to murder his lawyer, I guess.
Yes, because he also does not realize he's a writer yet.
Yeah. Kitaoka gets told about the jailbreak from the cops, so both him and Goro are on alert, because police protection is on inbound for Kitaoka. We see Asakura is outside his house at this point, but apparently he decided to let Reiko answer the door first. And she's like, hey, I would like information on the guy you got down to 10 years in jail, please, that just broke out of jail. And also, I still don't like you. But this one, Asakura attacks. Goro blocks, just straight up blocks a pipe by just grabbing it as it's being swung at Kitaoka. Once more proving Goro should be Zelda. I'm sorry, that's the facts.
Yes. Give this man a belt.
Yeah. But he wants to keep attacking, but the cops arrive, so he ducks out. Reiko follows after him, but Goro doesn't, because Kitaoka told him no. Fine. Give me less Goro in this series, why don't you? We then see that Jin is nearby and spots this, as Reiko calls Shinji to update him. The Ori crew continue their pursuit and sending out updates. Shinji ends up getting diverted by a mirror monster in the restaurant, so he has to go pursue it, fight it, kill it. But as he does, Asakura hears the ringing nearby of the said monster, and then Jun tells him what that means, and all that. Jun ends up helping Shinji in the process, but I guess just stall him or something. I don't know. Jun's just being a dick, and I don't care.
Mm-hmm. Same.
Asakura tries to join the fight as well, but the cops show up, so he has to fight the cops for a bit until he takes random kid hostage along with the rest of the restaurant. And after Shinji takes out the monster, he pops back in the restaurant and is now in the middle of the hostage situation. Oh no. How'd you feel about these two?
Meh.
Yeah, it's meh.
Like, big meh.
Mm-hmm. So we'll just keep on rolling into episode 19, Writer Gathering. So Shinji hides in the restaurant and updates Reiko on what's happening inside. Jun, who's nearby, is watching the scene as the cops are trying to negotiate with Asakura. Shinji is practically focused on the kid because it's like, oh no, this kid will be traumatized by this. I want to help kid. Which, I'll give you credit, Shinji. This is like the one good thing you've done all season. I'll give you credit. You've done good. It does not outweigh all the other dumb shit you've been responsible for all season, but
He did good, and he actually succeeded at this.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say there's hope, but that's a win.
Yeah. We also see that Yui heads back to the cafe and gets updated on the whole jailbreak situation, as her aunt heads out to go fucking kill this man, apparently. Because she just grabs the vase, sees how weighty it is, and just books it out the door. I don't think you can take him.
I mean, her intuition isn't wrong.
Yeah. We see that Ren continues to mope. Tezuka approaches in and pretty much tells him, "You need to let your fiance go, otherwise it will get you killed." I'm sorry, what?
I was fully expecting Ren just to turn and deck him at this point.
I wish he turned and decked him.
He might have actually earned a little bit of respect out of that one. Instead, no. He just silent mopes.
Yeah.
And it's like, come on. Come on.
We cut to Shinji. He uses a doll to try to cheer up the little girl as he tries to formulate a plan. Asuka's demand is, "I want Kitaoka in exchange for all these hostages, because I want to murder a lawyer."
That I now know as a writer.
Yeah. Yeah, because Jin, I think, told him. Yeah, Jin told him at this point that Kitaoka's a writer.
Yep.
So this is when the cops decide to ask for maid, and Shinji, thanks to the Ore crew showing up, is now being used to get an idea of what it looks like inside. We then see somebody approach Adley as Kitaoka accepts the demands. And okay, I had to rewatch this like twice. I don't think there's any bullets in that gun. I'm
pretty sure you're right on that.
Unless he's got just like one bullet in the chamber, that clip's empty. Granted, it might just be the prop. It's not supposed to look like it's empty, but that thing's empty.
Yeah.
But Shinji tries to take a picture of like where all the hostages and Asuka are, but for some reason his phone has like a voice tone that for when you take a picture that gets him caught. Why?
Yeah, because he's got to have some kind of idiot moment.
Fair.
He can't have a successful plan without having one moment where he looks like a complete and total baboon.
Mm. So he's caught, gets beat up. We then find out that Jun approached Adley and kidnapped Yui and stuffed her in a closet nearby where Shinji and them are. I'll be honest, I feel like I missed a plot point somewhere.
The show did too.
Okay, good. Because I was like, wait. Because I know Tezuka finds Yui later, and I'm like, wait. When did you get dropped off here? By Jun, presumably. And when? How did Tezuka find you?
Yeah. Yeah, the show missed a point.
Okay. Good to know it's not just me on that one.
If she's just in this building, we're not explaining why, or we're not explaining how. We're really not fully explaining the why either, because yeah, when she presumably went missing, you saw someone open the door and no one was at the door afterward.
Yeah.
No one in the show is that slick.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, they go after Jun because of this. We see Kitaoka arrive on scene. The cops plan to just let Kitaoka get exchanged, and then they will break in afterwards. Oscar accepts this exchange, except he keeps the kid because he wants insurance. And Shinji's like, I'm staying with the kid then. Again, good on you for doing something good in this show.
I also love the fact that it is pointed out that yet again he really is an idiot.
Lost my spot.
I figured.
After exchange, Asuka reveals his deck, but Shinji ends up just straight up tackling him to like stop a fight before it happens. But he still gets away in the mirrors, and Kitoka pursues him. Shinji ends up getting knocked out for this, but stays with the kid. And apparently he's holding on to her hard enough that the medics have to plop the both of them on a gurney to take them to the hospital. Okay. That's not how they landed when they got plopped on that gurney. And I'm pretty sure he's not holding her hand that hard. But it's also weird because they actually play some like big heroic music that kind of feels jokey. Like we're kind of making fun of the fact that Shinji did a hero move.
I mean, we kind of are.
Yeah. But yeah, Shinji and the kid are carted off. Ren and Jun fight each other nearby. Tezuka goes and finds Yui, tries to, I guess, get her to talk Ren down. Maybe, because he still sees Ren dying to Jun. And he joins up. Asakura continues to fight Kitoka. Ren and Tezuka are fighting Jun. Jun shows off he can, like, just lock shit away with cards. Which, fine. At this point, Shiro then drops by to say hi to, why did I put Eri? That should be Yui.
Whoops.
What? I have no idea why I picked it. Why I wrote Eri there.
Whoops.
But he drops by to tell Yui, you have nothing to do with this. You should stay out of it, which fucking horse shit. We know that's wrong. You're lying, good sir. We know definitively that you're lying. And then he also tells her that these guys are acting on their own will. They're not being manipulated at all. Which is also bullshit.
He is totally not a puppet master.
Mm-hmm. But Shinji ends up arriving to save Ren from a vinyl vent. They continue to fight Jun as Kitoka and Asakura's fight spills in there. And Kitoka decides, fuck this, blow up the area. Does his final event, hitting everybody except Asakura because he just stood behind Jun and used him as a shield. And as an extra bonus, Asakura decides, fuck this goblin child, final vents him, killing him.
Which is what we all have been thinking for a while.
Yep. Which we end the episode with Shinji and Asakura facing off against each other. And I'm just reminded of the Dragonite scene where they tell Kit to summon Dragredder. And I'm like, right, they didn't do that in Ryuki. Dragredder just kind of shows up. So that takes us to episode 20, The Traitorous Ren. Who's ready to see Ren do it real stupid?
Not me.
Yeah. So the two of them fight with their mirror monsters before they start fighting themselves. Asakura figures out that Shinji is also a rider as they fight, and Shinji is getting his ass handed to him.
Which is normal.
Yeah. They end up stopping because they all time out and they leave. But we do see that Metal Gigas is still kicking, and he's out for revenge. Why did it take us this long to do character work for the fucking mirror monsters? And why is it this one in particular?
Good questions.
Because it's like the last time we seen something like this, Volcancer just straight up ate his contract holder. But like Metal Gigas is like, you murdered my contract holder! I'm gonna murder you! I guess Jun took care of you?
Question mark?
I guess? But we continue into the night with Asakura trying to evade the cops. Shinji and Tezuka are nearby to see him escape, thanks to the help of Rin, who steals an unmarked police car and just drives away with Asakura. This feels entirely counterproductive to his end goal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, how the fuck does him dropping a flare run the cops off that are behind them?
Yeah.
That's just straight up a road flare. A road flare you dropped on a straight road. Where do they think you went? You went that way. Anyway, Tezuka thinks that Ren's doing this because he wants to be more like Asakura because he's got a murder to do his job, which, I mean, you don't, but fucking whatever. Shinji does point out rightfully that, yes, you are being manipulated by Shiro because of the I'm sorry, what do you has a fiance who's in the hospital in a coma when Shiro shows up to give you attacked with a monster, and said monster put him in a coma? I wonder how that happened. Another one is giving you an empty promise about giving you an eternal life, which I'm sure is bullshit. But Tezuka also was like, you were willing to kill Asakura there, and I mean, is that a bad thing?
I mean, no.
Are we really gonna defend Shinji's right to rider kick the fucking actual murderer? I'm sorry, Asakura has actually murdered people. I think we're past that point.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, Shiro drops by Kido goes to be like, by the way, Jun's dead. I hope you remember you're on a clock. Bye. So we catch up with Shinji and Tezuka, then they drop by Adley. They don't tell Yui's what's going on because I guess it's better she doesn't know. That Ren pulled a really out of character stupid move.
I mean, I guess.
Yeah. But the next day we see Metal Gigas attack someone that looks like Asakura to get his revenge, but it's not. So we keep going. Yui looks into her files, finds a piece of film that has a house on it that she gets going to go get developed. And Tezuka reads her fortune and sees the void. That's fine. I'm sure that's fine.
I mean, he just sees nothing, right?
The gaping dark abyss is her future. That's fine. That's the most upbeat fortune he's told all season.
She'll be fine. I mean, he totally hasn't screwed that up before.
Yeah.
In these 4 episodes.
Yeah. So over at Ore, Reiko follows up saying the police are going to try to block off Asakura's hometown to try to catch him. Shinji heads out to help. Metal Gigas ends up pursuing Asakura as he reaches the barricade. We see that him and Ren, who's out on his bike and not driving the car, escape towards a nearby cliffside, and we see the car fly off the cliff, presumably exploding, presumably killing Asakura, except not, because Asakura escaped into the mirror of Ren's bike. Couldn't he escape into the mirrors of the car?
No.
Well,
actually.
yeah.
Because
yeah,
you have to exit the way that you came in.
Yeah. Right, so they would have exploded.
I started to say yes, and then I got to thinking about that. No, I actually know.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a smart.
Right. But again, why is Rin helping him? It's like, okay, he can only come out of the mirror that is on his bike, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Rin needs the other rider's gone to get his fiance back, right?
Mm-hmm. All
Why
he'd
does he
have to
break the
do
mirror?
is just bust the mirror, and then he's trapped in the mirror world.
Like, that's technically killing him, but like, fuck this man. He's murdered people.
That's killing him without laying a hand on him.
Right.
He just disappeared.
Right. But no. So Asakura's death been faked. Shinji is like, okay, fuck this bullshit. I'm fighting Asakura. Goes to fight him. They fight for a bit as we see Yui get the film developed, and we see that there is a house in there, and that house is one she's been to as a kid with Shiro. But she doesn't quite remember that. Tune in soon for the rest of that backstory, I guess. It's apparently
Maybe.
important. Yeah. But we see that Shinji's on the losing end of the fight as Rin shows up and is just like, I want to punch a Shinji, and proceeds to punch Shinji. So, how did you take a character that I was willing to root for and then you flush them down the toilet?
I mean, the same way that they've been this entire.
Show, it's not. It's.
It is that hard.
I have to know now. 1 second.
Who wrote this garbage? Because that seems to be the recurring theme.
It's all Yasuko. Not a trip of any way to be found.
Oh, that.
This is a full Yasuko Kobayashi batch. Nice to know that her writing improved, because God, do I not like this show. But yeah, that is the episodes for the week. At least we have Asakura now to at least attempt to drive the plot forward instead of dancing in circles for an eternity.
Yeah, about that.
I know we're gonna continue to dance in circles for a fucking eternity. This is how the show will.
You know this, I know this.
I'm actually curious. What is the next anime episode? 24, 25, and then like 29 and 30. Okay. He is writing less of this show than I was led on to believe.
Please tell me you're not complaining.
I mean, I'm not, but I was led to believe he wrote half the show alongside Kobayashi. That's not the case. He writes like probably less than 10 episodes of this show.
I'm fine with that.
Granted, he also wrote episode final, which, fuck. I don't look forward to us watching episode final. So yeah, any other thoughts on Ryuki for this week besides, boy?
Oh boy.
Yeah. So, Wednesday, we will wrap up the garbage prime seed we got.
I don't even see.
That might be the worst seed we've ever gotten for a rando, I feel like.
That is legitimately the worst seed that I've ever seen throw for a prime rando one. And I've actually had a few bad ones that I'm like, oh boy.
But yeah, we finished that up Wednesday. Thursday, we continue playing some Wakami. Saturday is the podcast where we'll talk about GDQ and then whatever else I can dig up in hopes of making it an hour.
The GDQ and GDQ, probably more GDQ.
Yeah. And then Sunday, we are back around to more Ryuki. So if you like what you're seeing, folks, drop a follow. Really appreciate it. Jumping away at that really cool. At TGZoon on Twitter gets you updates when we're live. The next pitch point, Discord and chat. Get your Discord link. Drop by. Say hi. See you Wednesday, folks.